uplifting mountain in Taiwan. Let me introduce you to a dear friend, one of my cousins, Mr. T, the mascot and official host of the Taiwan Tea Festival. Here, he introduced us to the fine art of tea drinking. We are not only drinking buddies, but he also my tea consultant. Every year, Mr. T comes down from the mountain to make an appearance in the city of Pinglin, home of the Tea Festival and the world-famous Tea Museum. If history is your cup of tea, this is the place for you. It has room after room of beautifully designed exhibits about tea, from its ancient roots to its modern role as the world's most consumed beverages. You can learn about everything from production to packaging to brewing. There, I heard about the beautiful teapots created by two of Taiwan's leading ceramic designers, Mr. and Mrs. Lee, and decided to go meet them at their workshop in Yingge. Of course, we started out by sitting down at the tea table together. They're going to show us how to do the traditional way to brew a cup of tea. First, you warm up the teapot, just outside, and then you put the tea into it. Beautiful tea leaves, whole tea leaf, and then you pour into the teapot. The first brew is not really a brew, but just to warm up the teacup, release the tea leaf, rehydrate the tea leaf, and you see the water comes out, she controls, stop, see? You stop, open, stop, open, look at that, you see? Then you pour the first brew, now this is the first brew, into this tea pitcher. The tea pitcher is important because you put the tea into this tea pitcher, so every single cup will have the same concentration, the same strength. You put the tea into the cup, then you smell it. Oh, it smells amazingly good. First sip is to taste, to appreciate. Each sip is better than the earlier. Mr. and Mrs. Lee are not only wonderful hosts, they're also responsible for designing and making these gorgeous teapots. This is a very unique design. It looks like a traditional teapot, but it's not. Here is the lid. And inside here, when you lift this up, this is like a colander. You can hold the tea leaf here. Close. Open. This is the traditional, you just pull it out. Or you can do it like this. You see this? Continue to go down. See that? That's what I call innovation. And I like that. I have difficulty trying to choose the right color, the right design. So I decided to buy all three of them so I can show it to you. And I want to thank Mr. Lee and Mrs. Lee. After Mr. Lee designed the teapot, the mold is cast. Look at this mold, the different component of the mold. Traditionally, potters would form the clay into a teapot, either freehand or on a pottery wheel. At Taofang, wet clay is actually dripped into the mold. So by doing the wet clay into the mold, it gives that really, really precise control and uniform pieces every time. This is what you call quality control. After it's 2 hours, after it's formed, then you open the mold and you can see. Whoa, it's already formed. Look how beautiful this is. Now you drill the hole in the bottom of the teapot. See the hole right here. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Put the handle right on top. Fire it for 6 to 7 hours. Very hot. After 6 to 7 hours. Traditional art combined with modern technology. That's what you have. A masterpiece. 谢谢王师傅。谢谢。The journey of tea, from the plantation to the teapot, is fascinating and full of surprises. It is equal parts art and science. And in the Taiwan Tea Extension Center, they take their tea and their science very seriously.
Look at all these, 104 different varieties of tea. The scientists here study the characteristic of all of these tea plants and try to make better tea plants for all of us to enjoy. I don't know about you, I love Dongding. Dongding oolong is the most valued, the most popular, and the best tea available in Taiwan. And behind me, the mountain is the Dongding mountain, Dongding. During the day, it's very hot. At night, it's cool and misty. That's the reason why it is so good for the plantation of tea. And I'm going to help them to pick up more tea here today. They are 4 times faster than me. Unbelievable. Beautiful tea leaves. Hey, that's all I got today. I got exactly half a kilogram. You know what? I can't even make minimum wages. I better keep my day job. Great harvest today. After harvesting, you bring it back here, lay out a mat on the bottom, and then you spread them all out. Sun dry, use solar energy. After a couple hours of sun drying, depends on the weather. This is indoor withering, continuous drying, but this is also part of the fermentation process. You do this withering 2 hours, then you mix. You do it 4 times, that means about 8 to 10 hours. We're withering, fermenting, and then look at all the shells over here. This is temperature control.
Next, the tea gets dry a little more and roll in these giant drum roasters, and then tightly packed in cheesecloth, which gets squeezed and compressed to tighten and twist the leaves.
You started out, this is our earliest stage, about 10 times, 15 times, still a lot of leaves like this. Then after 30, 35 times, you see the difference, okay? It's going to come out, take a look. This is Deer Valley specialty, pure Dongding oolong, precious commodity. And in fact, it smells so good. Better than perfume. So aromatic, so natural. I'm going to keep some over here so I don't have to have perfume. 谢谢, 谢谢. 谢谢.
Oolong is a wonderful semi-fermented tea. The amount of fermentation is what makes some teas lighter and other darker. There is no place better to see the difference than back at the Taiwan Tea Extension Center.
Now, we're in the tasting room here in the research station, and the master is showing me how to identify, how to judge the quality of the tea. First, you look at the color and the appearance of the tea leaf, and then brew the tea, taste it. You use your tongue to taste it. Now, there are a lot of different types of tea. This is green tea. That means it's not fermented. It's just dehydrated, dried up, and roasted a little bit. The color of green tea is normally very light, very, very light. This is no fermentation. And then as you go to this side, 40% fermentation up to about 60% fermentation. And then you see the change of color. Darker, 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 darker. Even darker right here. And then after all this, you know what we have? We have the oolong tea. Here is fermented about 60% or so. But more than that, it has a scent of fruity flavor, just like fine wine. That's why they're so good. Oriental beauty. You are beautiful. Amazing. And then black tea, so dark. This is 100% fully fermented. So most of the tea that we drink, English tea, afternoon tea, is from black tea.
Speaking of afternoon tea, all this tea talk is making me really thirsty. Time for the final stop on our tea journey.
In Taiwan, doesn't matter where you travel, it's tea, tea, tea. Everywhere you go, there's tea. This is actually a tea stop, a stop for tea. All of us just get off the tour bus. We're going to have a cup of tea. And they offer you snacks free with the tea ceremony. That's what we're enjoying ourselves. A little piece right here. Green tea. Great texture. Tastes wonderful.
It is a very long distance from a beautiful green mountainside halfway around the world, all the way to your teapot. But it is the journey and all the stops along the way that makes a truly great tea so special and so rare.
You see this 4 words? 好茶, 美食, 人文, 艺术 means good tea, gourmet food, culture, and art.
The Youqiu Tea House near Hsinchu in Taiwan is everything a great tea house should be. A beautiful oasis where you can enjoy not only a pot of tea, but also a wonderful meal and a relaxing free concert too. The fragrant aroma of tea infuses everything here, even the food. It is the secret of the specialty of the house, vegetarian fried rice.
This is partially fermented tea right here. You ground it into a little powder, and all vegetarian fried with woolberry and all kind of pine nuts and everything. Wow, this is going to be wonderful. Now you turn up the heat a little bit. Medium heat is good enough. And then tea powder. Tea flavor vegetarian fried rice. Chicken, braised chicken with chestnut and lotus seed with a brew of Iron Goddess tea. Put it right here. See this? Put it right here to flavor our broth. Tea flavor broth. Rice wine, 1/3 of a cup. After you braise it for 35 to 40 minutes, you put the chestnut, lotus seed. This is ready to be served. Iron Goddess flavor chicken with chestnut and lotus seed.
Chef Wu also introduced me to something I have never tried before, a combination of seafood and chicken with rice, baked in the oven with tea.
First, you use the old rice, 1 day old rice, or you cook rice, fish, seafood, and chicken. And then a tiny bit of tea. Teeny tiny bit of this tea. You can use any tea, green tea, jasmine tea, mix them all out. Put the cheese right on top. I'm going to take it to the oven. We're going to bake it. Beautifully big, golden brown, smells wonderful. And a final touch, some extra powdered tea leaf. Yeah, powdered tea. You see this? This is it. Big seafood chicken fried rice with a little touch of tea. 谢谢。我也拿一块鸡，我们吃了。继续吃。要不然上一个，这个放到这里。We enjoy a very nice cup of tea, gourmet dishes. Oh, the music is so beautiful, so gentle. This is what I call the marriage of good tea, great food, and beautiful music. Enjoy. classic Chinese tea ceremony has developed over hundreds of years. Let's take a look at a couple of traditional tea houses here in Taiwan.
We'll start out in Gengduyuan Tea House in the city of Taichung. It is a perfect place to get thoroughly steeped in tea traditions, because everything here is done just as it has been for centuries.
Two beautifully carved lions guarding the entrance to the tea room. Look at the beautiful carved window, door frame, and some of the traditional furniture here. You can tell this is one of the oldest tea houses in Taiwan.
Let us see. Oh, Li Leung Chu Choi.
I'm looking for my name. Just like fine dining restaurant, people keep their wine. Instead of wine, the guests actually keep their tea here. These are precious. Some of these probably about $1,500 a little container. Very nice tea.
And in case you get a little hungry, there are all kinds of delicate tea cakes and pastries to round out your experience.
Here's to me and you. Enjoy. I am in a very unique tea shop in Tainan. Feng Cha. It means serving tea. Here is a tea master, Mr. Ye. Through a cup of tea, Mr. Ye is contemplating about life.
做茶在台湾算是比较顺眼，看这个人呢也很不对味。那你看
Mr. Ye is telling us some of his philosophy about his thinking and understanding about life through serving a cup of tea. And he said that in life, harmony marks a true relationship among people. We got to accept other people as we accept our own children, our family.
Turning a simple cup of tea into a moment of quiet contemplation can teach you a lot.
Oh, 敬你一杯，敬你一杯。I just learned a lesson in life from Mr. Ye. I want to 谢谢, thank him.
The great tea houses of Taiwan have one thing in common. They are set in beautiful, tranquil places that inspire meditation. Even the elegant new ones honor this ancient tradition.
I'm drinking a cup of tea, not in just a modern tea house. It's in a very unique tea house right next to the spectacular Sun Moon Lake. What more can you ask? A little cup of tea right here in this setting. Out of this world.
And now I want to introduce you to someone very special in the world of tea.
Here we have Master Pan, the preeminent tea master and tea scholar in Taiwan. And what he's doing is something I have never seen before. Brewing tea the Taoist style. You put the tea leaf into this tea crusher and you crush the tea. Now look at all of these are all antiques. This is how they crushed the tea in the old days, thousands of years ago. Oh, look at all these tea powder. Whoa, put the tea powder. And then you put the water, put the cool water right around. Then stir and mix well. And then you scoop it out with this ladle, also an antique. Oh, look at that. Look at the color of the tea. Now, I think it is ready. Master Poon approved. Now he invite me and Mr. Hong to come in and enjoy it. Come in. Master Poon. Wow, very different. The first time I've drinking the tea that is brewed with cool water. Master Poon assured me, one little glass a day will prolong my life. So that means I'm going to drink this every day. I'm going to live for 1,000 years.
In Taipei, when you are hungry for a snack, just remember this. Anytime is tea time. Just hop aboard the super fast train with tea built right into the name, MRT.
You know, this system is clean, efficient, safe, and very comfortable. Now I'm going to get ready to have a cup of tea, yum cha. We're drinking tea, one of my favorite hangout, cha for tea. Everything here is made with tea or tea leaf or tea powder. This is the fresh tea leaf tempura. This is the shrimp siu mai with oolong tea. And this is the steamed sea bass. Green tea noodle, chill noodle with shredded meat and vegetable. Of course, green tea ice cream. I think we're ready to eat. Dip the tea leaf tempura with tiny bit 5 spice powder and salt. How about a siu mai? Oh. Very good. This is what I call cha for tea. Tea for good health and happiness. I wish you happiness. So drink more tea.
Hey, come to think of it, eat more tea too. Let's check out the kitchen here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
I'm smelling this fresh tea leaf, freshly picked. I get up very early in the morning and went to the plantation. Smells good. Tastes very delicate. This doesn't taste like regular tea because it's fresh tea leaf. Not only to brew tea, but also we make an appetizer out of this. And Chef Sen, they're going to introduce us how to do a tea leaf tempura as an appetizer. This is the tempura batter with egg flour, egg, water, tiny bit of baking powder, and a tiny bit of oil. Look at the consistency. Very runny, very nice. And all you have to do is dip this in and deep fry. We're going to take this over to the wok and do some deep fry. Okay. Dip it in. One. Very carefully. Look at this. Tempura batter. Tea leaf tempura. Beautiful. Look at this humongous skimmer. As soon as it turns golden brown, it's ready. Beautiful. Look at that. These are the typical tool of the trade for a Chinese dim sum pastry chef. Now look, these are all rolling pins. And Chef Sen is going to show us how to do the dragon tea siu mai steam for us. Look at this. Chef is going to bring it up and use. Look at this. Look at the skill. And you roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. And then this is the filling. Ground meat. This is meat fill. Already have green tea powder mixed with the filling. And then the shrimp. You see, 3 pieces. Then we're going to take it and steam it for about 4 to 6 minutes. The steam comes out from this hole. Look at that. And put it over here and cover this up and let it steam. Let us see. Whoa, that is marvelous. Shrimp siu mai with flavor with tea. 谢谢沈师傅。谢谢。
The way Chef Sun cooks with tea might seem a little unusual to you, but in Taiwan, people do it all the time. In fact, at the Taiwan Tea Festival, there is even a special chef competition for the best new dishes made with tea. After all, a cup of tea is a perfect complement to all kinds of food. So why not go all the way and put the tea right into the food? Around here, it is right at home in everything from classic dim sum dumplings to lobster tails, pork tenderons, and all kinds of creative fusion cuisine masterpieces. It is all tasty proof that here in Taiwan, you can truly have your tea and eat it too.
Way up here, I'm overlooking the entire city of Kaohsiung, the second largest city in Taiwan. Hey, way back there, as the busiest and largest port in Taiwan too. The sun has set. Time to go to the famous Kaohsiung night market. What a ride! You know, in Taiwan, this is the best way to beat the traffic. Get on one of these motorcycles. Now, time to go to the night market and pick a few nice things. There's always a night market, but this is one of a kind. The most exciting. Here, you can have snake soup right there, and then you can watch a movie right here. In the night market, you can buy teapot, all kind of teapot, and you can even buy tea. This one looks very interesting, very uniquely designed. I think I'm going to pick up this one. I think I pick up this one too. This looks so good. I gotta try one. Very good. You know, when you come to this night market, there's a lot of walking. It feels a little bit uncomfortable here. Let me check it out. No wonder. It is broken. Forget it. We're gonna get one of these. It fits me. Perfect. Now I can walk again. Chinese hamburger with a sesame seed bun. They cook it in this oven. Peck, 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 peck. Oh, this tastes very good. Oh, this is seafood shark fin soup. I think this is perfect. Oh, look at this. Whoa, Ganga. Hey, for those who love fresh seafood, you come to the right place. Live shrimp right here. The lady chef is going to grill them over here. I'm going to try and make sure this is really, really good. Look at this, nice and hot. I can eat the whole thing, including. So good.
Whatever you're looking for, here in the Kaohsiung Night Market, you'll find it. Want to know your fortune? A little bird will tell you. I asked about my career.
I hope I'll be famous. They picked 3 cards to tell my fortune. The third one, I travel a great deal. I cross the Pacific, the Atlantic, in order to make a living. And this is travel on the ocean.
The Kaohsiung Night Market isn't just a place to buy things. It's like a crazy mixture of carnival, food festival, cooking shows, and amusement park, filled with all kinds of adventures and surprises for everyone.